how's everybody doing? I currently have a cat climbing the back of my head. I don't know which one it is. Judging from the weight, I'm gonna assume Oblivion. Sweetheart, please get off of my hair. I will hold you if you'll come around to the front of the chair. This is my own fault. I took my hair out of the bun, and now the cat's just attacking the shit out of it. Would you please stop, honey? That one hurt a little because she dug into my back. Either way, y'all. I almost did The Last of Us, but then I remembered I did promise that new watcher that I would do this, so we're back on Minecraft Survival Hardcore for just a bit. At least until the new viewer shows up and I find out if they wouldn't mind watching The Last of Us. Y'all, let it be known that I do try to do what I can to make the stream entertaining for the viewers. And I'm not going to get too far into it because I kind of went off on it on the Soul Calibur video before I had to stop to try to save a cat. But, yeah. Nah, dude's name is Old Glory. He's a pudgy old white dude, and what a big-ass surprise pudgy old white dude is real butthurt that Charlie Kirk is dead. Quite frankly, I'm just going to say it here and now for everyone who cares to hear it. Only good Nazi's a dead Nazi. Don't waste tears on a dead Nazi. He keeps trying to really push hard on the... But he was a father. Yeah, so was Stalin. So was Pol Pot. So was a lot of folks. Being a human is the minimum. Oh, well, he was a great debater of our time. He didn't debate people, y'all. He literally just sat down at a table and said, I'm not going to change my mind. Prove me wrong, idiot. And then made fun of people until they walked away. In truth, I gave the dude the greatest experience of his life. I treated him exactly like his little fucking deity would. His little Don Tifi would. But, truth be told, like I told Miss Denise, a small part of it is I'm not scared of the hillbilly. I know he's never going to come out the woodwork unless he has his whittle gun in his hands. Because most pudgy bastards that look like him wouldn't even face you in the ring. But that's also why the minute I said put up or shut up, I know where the gyms are. I'll meet you at a gym. Well, you wouldn't even fight fair anyway. And he ran off. Because that's what they do, y'all. That's all the right wing is good for, is crying off. But of course, he hollered at me from his hug box again. I haven't really heard from him in quite some time, though, so I'm hoping that he's just lost interest and moved on. Because in his mind, he's like this little badass, and it's like, dude. Well, one of his comments to me, y'all, if y'all saw it, which I know most of you didn't, because most of y'all don't go from my live to my, like, noms. But, yeah, he's literally, well, I was that size when I was 11. You were 6 foot tall and roughly 190 pounds? You were a big-ass fucking 11-year-old. But on top of that, y'all, I'm not like a muscle-bound dude, but at the same time, I sling 50-pound boxes around like they're nothing, and I do frequently work out. I just don't have a lot of workout materials. And y'all kinda seem to be like, you know, he has plenty of opportunity to work out, but for him to roll on a bike for more than 5 minutes would probably leave him out of breath. And I like Miss Denise's worry about me, because she's like, oh, you shouldn't play with crazy Travis. You should know that more than anyone else, but what if he comes at you with a gun? Well, Miss Denise says most Americans can tell you, one, this isn't the fucking fantasy Wild West. If he kills me, my problems are all over, and his problems are just beginning, because he doesn't exactly have the build of somebody who would do well in our prison system. He would probably be selling that backside of the Aryan Brotherhood just to try to make the peace. But I don't want him to do that, for the record, y'all. I think our jail system's terrible. Now, that being said, it did not stop me from going ahead and informing the police. That way, if I should, you know, experience an accident on my way into work one of these mornings, his house will be the first house they knock on. But that's the thing, y'all. Y'all, when I tell you pretending to be an internet badass will always backfire, the only ones who have a right on this platform to pretend to be an internet badass are those crazy and yet entertaining individuals as they are who do the whole, hey y'all come work out with me vids. And for the record, I'm not probably going to do one of those vids. I debated it just because I do have those lovely chains that I got that I've been looking for a reason to use, and I could do a little workout video where I'm basically slinging them around and lifting them. There's some big toe chains is all. But I also just, y'all, I don't know how to put this. I want y'all to come to my channel and enjoy my artwork. I want you to come and hear my takes and be like, yeah, that's a fire take. Or be like, hey, I disagree with that, but here's why. I want us to have a community. And it bugs the shit out of me when I get called a grifter, and it also kind of amuses me because it's like, it just lets me know how ignorant they are, you know? Because this dude, one, thought that calling me a grifter was gonna do anything but confuse me. But two, it was just, he genuinely thought that was a fucking dig at me. And it's like, y'all, I could, hell, no one's stopping me. I could ask for money right now. And at the top of every 20 minutes or every 10 minutes. The reason I don't is, one, I find that to be annoying. Two, I genuinely, unless I'm at a place where I need the money, I wouldn't ask y'all for it. I'd ask you to send your money to credible fucking charities that need it. Like Doctors Without Borders, like the Trevor Project, like Palestinian Action Now, like, there's a bunch of different charities. Like, if y'all want to donate money, for real, I'll tell you where to go with it, but it won't be into my pocket, because I'm okay at the moment. That was the other thing he tried to accuse me of, which was kind of funny to me, was the whole, oh, well, you've got nothing, and you are nothing. I mean, ooh, such pain words from a random stranger online. But I don't have a lot of physical possessions because I believe in downsizing. The only thing I keep around are things that I require, like my art supplies. Hell, the dog usually has more clothes than I do just because I upscale, recycle, and upcycle my clothes. But again, and I'm not judging you if you're one of these people that want a big, beautiful house or some shit. But it's just, that's not me. For me, I've always, partially because of studying the true crime stuff, but I've just always seen a big house as a big liability. I mean, I would get a big house if I had the finances to do it, and a kid, and a wife, and a reason. But most of these people is just, I don't get it, y'all. Why is MAGA so obsessed with the rat race? That's my biggest thing. I mean, it's like they don't, and I get why he would call what I said a call to violence, but it wasn't. It's basically, y'all, it's the opposite. It's a call to stop the violence, to stop the nonsense. But again, y'all, I don't know. Maybe I conveyed the message wrong. I gotta tell my boss Mary a lot. It's one of those, I'm working on it as best I can, but I don't exactly have good conflict resolution. My conflict resolution is basically either I go forward and try to do it the best way I know how, or I do it their way, but if I'm doing it their way, it better not be annoying or pointless. Because I hate wasting energy in actions. That's it, y'all. Sorry about the bit of weariness. It's just long day. Bit of a long evening. Everything got done though. In hindsight, skipping out on one of David's prescriptions was the best decision because he needs the couple dollars to do the Bartow County Transit. I know I was making fun of our lack of public transportation, but Bartow County Transit is pretty good every time I've checked into them. Again, I don't frequently use a car unless I have to, but, you know, they are an American fetish. I do get it. I just don't understand. But alright, y'all, let's see.
What's been the reaction to all of this in South Korea?
Well, things like that, things that I think are like fairly easy to implement, that like would really abridge anybody's rights. So first, the first part I'd like to say, the second part, as far as a background check, a more thorough background check, proof that you can hold on to the gun, things like that, I would actually agree with that. But my question is that if we're going to ensure that people are capable of storing these guns and capable of doing everything with them, then why could we not even say, in exchange for the upgrades and security that we've now ensured, we've ensured that you can use the gun, we've ensured that you can store the gun properly, and according to whatever federal regulations you'd actually impose, would we then also agree that we could have, rather than take away things like you said, for example, that you think assault rifles should be banned, would we then allow assault rifles, would we allow higher caliber weapons, even perhaps military grade weapons, because I don't see quite maybe the distinction between why we're upgrading security and downgrading the caliber of weapon you can actually own. For example, I own an assault rifle, it shoots in 9mm. I also own several pistols that shoot in 9mm, both of which are semi-automatic. So when you define something as capable of doing more damage, I look more so to the caliber. And if we're looking at calibers, I mean, they make things in assault rifle platforms that use 9mm. That's the thing I own. They make them in 22. So what specific guns then would you define as too high caliber, too high grade? I know this is a multifaceted question. I apologize for the civilians, the proletariat don't.
I don't think it's that useful for us. Well, I don't think it's that useful for us to be the ones who would decide it. As far as you're saying the military grade stuff, no. Generally, right now we're working with an already armed. We're not trying to put Pandora back in the box. So if we were starting fresh, where the limitations are going to be much different. Even what kinds of guns we're saying you need to cover, at least for myself, with all the extra licensing and insurance and stuff, I think would vary, or what kind of insurance and stuff. But whether or not I would then let a person who has demonstrated the highest level, no, I'm not going to take the libertarian position of like, yeah, technically if you hit some level of responsibility, if you can afford a nuke, you can get it. Where the actual lines would be, I don't think it's even useful until there's even to start putting those lines down until there's clearly support and a position, a way to go forward with a law. Because I'm certain whatever I would tell you now, that line would get changed by more information and an actual serious approach to it. But we certainly wouldn't be getting automatic weapons. Assault rifles would be banned. I think you said we would. I didn't say that, but they would require a higher level of qualification to own.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Which
I apologize, and I must have not heard the clarification on what you asked. So then my question would be this. You said, for example, I mean, the purpose of the Second Amendment, in theory, is actually just a well-oiled militia. You've acknowledged that, and I don't fault you for it. But the previous gentleman asked then, and you responded and said, you'd be bringing guns to a drone site, and I don't disagree. But why are you pro-Second Amendment if we can't have things that could, in theory, defend or promote them? And if they're coming in with drones, why can't you come in with fully automatic weapons if deemed at a level of security that
we're not pro-Second Amendment and that we think we're not pro. I'm not going to say that I'm necessarily pro-Second Amendment. I think the Second Amendment means the job that I want, which is not disarming the working class. I think the working class should not be disarmed, because then it's just easier to subjugate. But like, whether it's for the second, I don't think we have a right to own guns. Let me say this: you can even say it's like a civil liberty. I don't think there's some inalienable right that we should have guns. Like, it's only codified in the Constitution. If we don't like it, change the Constitution. Like, I'm fine with something like that. I don't think we need to have. I don't think gun ownership needs to be a right. But I do think that like we probably should keep the working class armed.
you don't think gun ownership should be a right, but you think we should keep it. That's slightly confusing and slightly convoluted.
If there were, let me ask you a question. Wait, no. Let me just. No. If we didn't live in a country, like let's say me and you live on an island somewhere, do I need anything in writing to say that you have a right to gun ownership? No. Right? I don't think it needs to be a right. I just think sure. We can say
Alright, y'all. I'm sorry to sign off as I am. I did try to hang out. I'll be back early in the morning. And when we come back, we will probably be doing The Last of Us on the Morning Wind-Up tomorrow. I didn't realize it was still installed on the console, y'all. I just was like, you know, I was going to do a Cult of the Lamb playthrough, because we still need to do our clean and not fucked up run-through of it. Because, y'all, let's be honest, that base was fucking hot shit. It was not good. I could have built a much better base, but the Cult of the Lamb's only Achilles heel is base cleaning. There's not a lot that you can do with that, and once you've gotten past like day 300, at that point it's just too much going on. That being said, we will try to do a Cult of the Lamb playthrough at some point, and another one, and this time actually beating it all the way so y'all can see it, not just beating it in my privacy. But either way, we've got a Days Gone, we've got The Last of Us, and we got Soul Calibur. We might try Soul Calibur again tomorrow. While I'm pretty good at the game, it's a fighting game, y'all. I feel like the arcade mode's like the best setting for that one, unless I can find online opponents, because otherwise I end up getting faced off against a lot of like level 1 NPCs, and they're not exactly challenging, so it's not exactly fun to watch. But yeah, dude tried to accuse me of being a grifter, and then he's like, well, he's a professional talker. Y'all, I wish. I fucking wish. It's been my dream to be a professional talker since I was like old enough to know what the fuck that meant. But y'all, real talk, I'm not. I'm just a fucking fry cook. That's why I've been on my feet for most of the day, and I'm gonna try to get that cheeky short uploaded before I go to bed tonight, just because I got it there. It just is processing real hard. Oh yeah, the other side of this, what he wrote was amusing to me because he's on this whole little war path for his daddy Charlie. His dead daddy. Sorry, Charlie. You just had shit takes and someone finally shut you up. But yeah, y'all, he keeps getting on this whole little Billy Badass y'all Qaeda thing, and I'm just, Y'all, real talk, is there anything more pathetic than a man online trying to prove how badass he is? I mean, I think that's why he stopped playing with me, is because I told him flat out, dude, what's your end goal here? Because right now you're just wasting both our times. But he never showed up. Because of course he didn't. Because all of y'all Al-Qaeda are a bunch of cowards. But either way, just because in case I know he hate watches a lot of my content, in case he sees this, since we're here at the end, y'all have a wonderful evening. I need to separate and dish out all this. Oh, see, that's not cool. Let's see.
I'm not as worried about the military showing up to take my gun as I am my neighbor getting away from murdering people. People would be like, well, you know, we call it, they're the party of violence because they call us fascists and Nazis, but we only call them, you know, communists after the Red Scare, pedophiles, even though we elected a pedophile president, over, you know, those kinds of things that don't involve violence at all. You wouldn't be a hero if you were killing a pedophile. You would doing massive. Oh, wait, you're not a fascist. Simon, anyway,
Alright, yeah.
back to the point. I know I went somewhere. Where do you think the danger is coming from? It's not government coming from inside the house. It's going to be the people around you. Now, side with the tyrannical government. And the tyrannical government made sure to go after the most heavily armed portion of the population to get their sympathy.
Sorry, that was extremely multifaceted. I think I understand what you're saying.
My autism, I'm
Personally, no, all good. Personally, I think I would disagree with you. I mean, it's just on the premise that this specific administration is more likely to take my guns than the liberal administration, specifically because I can make the same once again that they did try and establish a registry, but establishing a registry is the first step to revoking guns, because now you know where everyone's guns are and everyone who owns guns.
But it's also the first step to a lot of things that aren't revoking guns. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you can say it's there, but Donald Trump
Alrighty, y'all. Well, it's been almost 24 hours that I've been up. I think I'm getting ready to head to bed, y'all. Fuck is that? Oh, no, that's that. Alright, y'all be good, and we will catch y'all on the next one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Alright. Y'all be good. We'll see you tomorrow sometime. Possibly Minecraft. Probably Soul Calibur and Last of Us. But we'll see. Y'all be good. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, y'all.